Hi everyone, welcome to Here to Vision, which is a spin off from Intuitive Talks with your host Adanina. I intuit into it, you intuit into it, we intuit into it, we all intuit into it. I just intuited into it, and I'm just connecting the dots while also just remembering memory. So today I'm doing my experience as an Aries woman with your sign, with your zodiac sign, and today we're gonna cover my experience as an Aries woman with Pisces women. Okay, so um happy Pisces season, everybody. I hope you are enjoying the Pisces season. Today is the last day of Pisces season. Please enjoy it. Um, I have recorded for the men, so now it's time. My experience as a Pisces, as an Aries woman with Pisces men, So now it is on to Pisces women. Okay. Um, as an adult, my experience with Pisces women it's not been the most favorable one emotionally, you know. But I feel it because of lots of karma. As a little kid, I experienced the best of Pisces. Kind of sort of, like Pisces girls, because, I found them to be very nice, but I wasn't, I wasn't, I didn't reciprocate that. As a child, I was very different. I was very, very aggressive, masculine. But now I have been humbled by life. You understand? A lot of time. You understand? So when you're like me, you've gotten your ass beat many times and humbled. So it changes you. It changes, how you react to things, how you do things. So for a majority part of it, I'm really grateful. So, Pisces women are the type of people that don't allow me to forget about this thing called karma, because it's always a karmic experience in the Pisces season or like around them. You understand? Both good and bad, but especially bad. As a girl, even now, I feel like Pisces women are very nice. However, they've been hardened by life and by the things that life has made them go through. It's a fish, so usually vulnerable, the most selfless of all the signs. It's a very selfless sign, very loving, very caring. But what do people do to those type of people? They tend to take their kindness for weakness and stomp all over them. So what do? Instead of being a fish, they turn into a shark. And that is how I feel about Pisces women and my experience with them. Like I said, they're very kind, but they soon get to change that. And, it's funny enough, once they change, that is when I realize, I want to to change for the better, and it's not in a cunning way. It's just that, once you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm turning my life around, I'm becoming a better person, they are becoming a bad person, like in an emotional way. You understand? So, because it's a feminine element, so it receives negative and receives anything you give it, and it regurgitates that back to you, whether good or bad. You understand? One thing I can say about Pisces women, they're really one of the nicest people you could ever meet, if not the nicest people you could ever meet. You know, they're super kind, very feminine. You understand? Very loving. They could be very mischievous too, because they have like this princess type of energy. They're so cute, the way that they talk. You just like them. They have beautiful, cute futures. They kind of, sometimes they may look like a fairy. You understand? And or even if they are big, they know how to. Okay, no matter what size they are, almost like Leo, they know how to carry their body. But sometimes you may not know that they suffer emotionally, or suffer, or that they're suffering. They're very, very introverted. A lot of times they may cry to themselves, and that's for the men too. You don't see how much they hurt, because they're very empathetic. But once they turn into a shark, you understand, it looks like they've completely lost themselves. They haven't. They are just stuck in that act. They're stuck in the act of just being hard. You understand? Because it pays their bills. It makes them very, how do you say? It makes them very personable. Because other than that, they're really shy and withdrawn. And you would almost always just take their kindness for weakness, because they are just very feminine like that. So they start to shout, they start to be inappropriate, they start to fight a lot, be gangster, use that energy for bad, because they know they get attention like that, and they learn how to capitalize off of that. Or she's nice, after she's turned to the other side. It's hard for her to be completely vulnerable with being good to you, like how she used to be. But she is indeed the nicest person you can ever meet in your entire life. So when she's mean, yes, she's mean, but don't let her fool you. Will she ever go back to being nice? There's a good chance she will probably not. And even when she's trying to go back to it, it will probably be hard for her, because this is a time where she feels that she was very vulnerable, and she's with the new age where, she rather just hurt you or throw daggers at you before you use a pin to even hurt her heart. This woman, when I see the way she moves, in contrast to Pisces men, she's actually very appropriate, even though it looks like I'm favoring the women. She's very appropriate. She moves with discipline in her ways, like she's prim and proper. She might be the female that catwalks, a natural born model, or she could kind of look like an old woman. Every time that it looks like someone is talking to her, she could just raise up her head and look at you like you're talking to me. Something like that, where she feels like, you know, you're blowing her cover of her wanting to, you know, be quiet and serene. This woman just needs protection in general, and she is usually loyal to somebody who protects her and who has that masculine energy, you understand, to go with her feminine energy, you know. This woman who has learned how to be strong, it kind of reminds you of this day and age women, you understand, where they work all kinds of jobs, they work harder than their husbands or their counterparts, when she is like the weakest, and I don't mean it in a bad way, like she is the softest person, you understand. She's very feminine. The feminine energy is very soft, very weak, very passive, you understand. And that's just naturally the energy that is feminine energy, you know. She knows that if she is like that, she's not gonna survive, she's gonna die, because she knows in the past that has happened somehow. So she learns quickly in this day and age, and as she gets older, as she's old, like as she's an adult, that she cannot be nice anymore, because as she gets older, she's able to find that person who is able to complement her energy, her, you know, her really passive energy with aggressive energy. In a way, she may not do this in a balanced way, from what I've seen, you know, because even though you may not see her niceness from experience, you know, even though I may not see her niceness, or even though you may not see her niceness, let me stop talking. She will probably let a man put her through the ringer as long as he's fulfilling just one thing that she needs, which is, you know, bringing a masculine energy to protect her. You understand? It's a way that her ego comes out. It's the way that she's able to work without. It's the way she shows her best side without her jeopardizing her feminine side. On the flip side, these are women that are the most dangerous women that you can ever meet in your entire life because of how nice they are. Once they feel you've taken their kindness for weakness, or once they feel slighted, once they feel it, it doesn't have to be true. They start to spiral out of control emotionally and start to get really volatile, even if it's just with their speech. They know what to say to irritate you, to get you out of character. Because they could be very mischievous, very, very, how do you say it, irky. They could be very triggering. They'll trigger, I know, they'll trigger all your insecurities, you know. I usually go through my best and worst moments with a Pisces woman and man. What I mean by worst moments is usually when we get into, for the women especially, like when we get into a physical fight. You understand? It's just embarrassing because they're usually very younger than me. And because of the bad karma of everything, bad karma mainly on my part. No, guess when I was little, I wasn't nice to Pisces women. I guess to that energy, I really took it for granted, just like how men take women for granted. They take women's kindness for weakness, their forgiveness as stupidity. So I guess I was in a whole lot of masculine energy that I didn't use well. You understand? Like beating up my sister when I was little, and all that. Even though I understand why, in a way, why I was doing that, I didn't understand it when I was little. You understand? It doesn't really make an excuse for that. It's just that, I was really mean towards her. And all she wanted to do was be nice and loving towards me. And she showed that. For a very long time. Even now, my sister, when I look back on it, my sister is a Pisces. I look back on it, she's the only woman who, every time I've asked her for money, she has always given it to me. And no man has ever done that. You understand? Yes, man. I've had like at least one man. Not even my father. My father is a Leo. He never ever. He rarely gives me anything, if nothing, if anything. So he doesn't give me anything. And especially not money. You understand? But I'm not gonna downplay him taking me out to eat. He always does that. He's really good at that. You know. Yeah, the Pisces energy is very seductive, very yeah, it could be sensual, but very seductive, very subtle. You understand? It's hard to understand her subtleties, even though it's glaring at you too sometimes, because sometimes you don't know when to do it. You're like, okay, let me do it, let me not do it. Can I do it? No. You understand? So it's like, in order to have a good relationship with a Pisces woman, you have to catch her when she's still in her niceness, you know, like from an early age. Um, she has good memory, even though she may not be able to directly tell you about it, but she will feel it and she will not forget. She will not forget what you've done to her, to not overlook her. She's a very appreciative type of person. It's a typical water sign where, if it's a Scorpio or Pisces especially, they don't overlook niceness. They don't overlook, like a Cancer, they don't overlook thoughtfulness, like, because they're very thoughtful. But mostly Pisces and Scorpio. So even though it looks like I have some understanding of them, I usually don't get along with Pisces, men or women, because I am not natural, even though I believe I am not an emotional person. I am, but compared to Pisces, I don't know, because they live in the past, like the real Pisces people. I don't know if they ever able to get past hurt. You understand? And what I'm beginning to realize, if I'm not mistaken, is when you do something wrong with a Pisces, even though you don't know why they're treating you mean, to be honest, there's a reason why they may be treating you mean. You have to at least look at them one time and apologize and bring up exactly the reason why you're apologizing it to them. Say it to them. Bring up the time you did something to them. Apologize. Allow them to say how they felt about it, and you apologize again. And at least say that firmly. Say that with all your heart, and but also be firm with them on when they're acting when they're acting out of character, even though it has been for many years. Remind them that it's not okay for them to be like that, and they will respect that. You have to be courageous and be your positive masculine energy, and they will appreciate that, even though it doesn't look like it, they change. So contrary to what I'm saying, what I've said before, once she changes, for the worse, she can actually come out of it, but it's gonna take you being disciplined with yourself and with her, and then she will start to relax and feel protected. And then you will get to see just how vulnerable, just how feminine she is, and she is the glimpse of what an organic woman, an organic feminine woman should be. You get what I'm saying? No matter if she's had surgery or anything, She's really organic in her mannerisms. She may be very good at singing. She's actually naturally good at singing, but she may, in this day and age, not harness that energy because she is expected to do things that a man is supposed to do. So she's become hardened. And so that shark ways that she's developed is her adapting to the new age. So I'm still learning how to really deal with a Pisces woman, even though she's full of mystery. She's a woman, you know, but she's needing the protection of the masculine energy, like the physical masculine energy, in any way, shape, or form, so that she can survive, so that she can live as the fish that she is, not a shark. Alright, so I'll leave it here. Thank you. Well, that's my experience with Pisces women for now. Thank you so much for tuning into Hair Tuition, which is a spin-off from Intuitive Talks with your host, Adanina. I intuit into it, you intuit into it, we intuit into it, we all intuit into it. I just intuited into it and I'm just connecting the dots while also just remembering memory. Take care, everyone. Happy Pisces season. Take care. Bye.